Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of Flashback Friday as we continue our tribute to Back to the Future star Matt Clark. And now we're going to move on to our next game. We're going to play Go to the Head of the Class for the Gods. We're going to take a look into the intro first. This is from the same people that brought us Crush Select for the Gods. Alright, let's play, guys. BRIEFSWAGGER, who is 32 years of age. Okay. I'm going to get 32 this week, along with Nebula. Alright, so we're going to start with the language questions. Those questions are going to be worth $50 each. Let me speed this up a little bit. Alright, here's our first question for $50. Add ing to dig spells the new word. D-I-G-G-I-N-G. Alright, $50. And we're just going to have a class, so that means that it's doubled. So now we're up to $100. Let's see how my computers do. Alright, so let's move on to our next question. Okay, unscramble N-E-K-A-S to form the name of a slithering kind of animal, snake. Alright, so that's $50 more to the board. We're up to 150. Hey, if you take A&R out of Arkansas, you get Kansas. Alright, here's our science question worth $50. The formula compounds C2, H22, and O11 might be found on your dinner table. That would be sugar. Sugar on that sauce. Alright, and we're up to 200 points. $200, I mean. Alright, so nobody missed a question so far. We're all doing great. What is the opposite of accelerate? That would be accelerate. Acceleration. So I could keep on my, because I was the last person out of science. So my bank is safe, and we'll move on to arts and music questions for $100. How does a viola compare to the size of a violin? Viola is smaller? No, it's larger. Alright, let's try arts and music again for 100. The head of a giant sphinx of Egypt is set on top of which animal's body? Lion. $100. And we're going to that other class, so that's going to get doubled. So now we're up to $700. And buyer 2 just doubled his money as well for going to that other class. Alright, let's see if we can catch up. I'm going to stick with arts and music, please. The fifth note of a major scale, sold. Another $100 in the bank. We're all moving on to the mathematics subject. And great answers are going to be worth $100 as well. Okay. A gallon contains 4 quarts. How many quarts are there in 7.5 gallons? 30. $100 more in the pot. And my bank is safe as I exit mathematics. Alright, here's our first history question. Questions are going to be worth $150 each. The First Amendment to the Constitution guarantees freedom of religious speech and what others? The press? Yes, so now we're up to that's $150 more. I'm going to that other class, so it's going to double our bank to $2,100. Yes, so now I'm halfway to the end of the game. Oh, and Barry Two's going to lose his bank again. But back to us. Where was Abraham Lincoln assassinated? That would be Ford's Theater. Alright, so we just got another $150 in that one. So we're up to $2,250. Alright, so now I get to answer a literature question with $150 if I get it right. In which Judy Blume book does Andrew wishes he had freckles? Is it Freckle Juice? Yes, it is. I'm going to class again, so I think it's going to get doubled again. Now it's up to $4,800. Alright. Here's the next literature question. I am the son of Mustafa, the tailor. I possess a magic lamp. Who am I? Aladdin. Alright, so now I'm up to $150. Alright, so I'm moving along very nicely here. I only missed one question so far this game. Yeah, my 2 computers are catching up, but I have a good lead right now. Alright, so the geography questions are going to be worth $200. Which country is also a continent? Australia? Yes, it is. So now I'm going to have a class again for the last time in this game. So that means my bank will be doubled up once again to $10,300. I'm doing good this game. I only missed one question and I'm still doing good. Alright. What is the greatest number of syllables in a state's name? I'm going to go with 5. Alright, I got $200 for that one. Alright, now exam question for $200. It happens to a honeybee. What happens to a honeybee after it stings you? It dies? Yes. Alright, so I'm 2 correct answers away from winning the game. What number is 1 less than 1,000? 999. Alright guys, there we go. I'm 1 correct answer away from winning the game. And Barry could have once again lost his thing because he's the last person out of, he's going to be the last person out of literature. Alright, here's our next question. Finish the proverb. Curiosity killed a cat. Alright guys, just like that, we just won the game. Alright, so we just won $11,100. So adding that to what we won on Computer Squares, we're now up to $12,100. Alright, so guys, we're going to be right back with our next game. We're going to play Blockbusters for Commodore 64 right after this.